lifetime. And I remember that's the message I needed. And that child gave me that message. And Lord, I really want you to know. I really want you to know. I will keep my word. During the period of Detroit, we had some excellent songs that came out. Many of you will remember them. The Rainbow song probably is the most fascinating story. For people that buy these albums and listen to our songs, many times they don't know the stories behind it, so that's why we're doing this. So all of you can know, next time you get an album from us, every song has a story. And we may just do this every few years so you can find out what happened. And plus that you can learn how to interpret what God is saying in these songs. Because, you know, we get so acquainted with songs, you know, Charlie. I mean, in this day and age, there are millions of great songs. There are hundreds of thousands of great musicians and artists. And, you know, it's everything's out there. We're not here coming into that market. We are here saying there's a spiritual sound, and you must be able to interpret what God is saying when he gives this kind of song. And that's our mission. Our mission as Wounded Warriors, which is what we call our group. Wounded Warriors are people that have been wounded by religion or wounded somewhere in their lives, and we want you to know you are accepted and you're part of us. We are all wounded warriors. We carry scars, not only on our bodies maybe, but spiritually. And once you revive a wounded person, they become more dangerous against the enemy that wounded them. That's why I like to revive wounded people. That night was a very special night. Hannah, you tell the story.
We started to sing. God was saying, I've placed a rainbow outside this place so that every one of you would know I will keep my word. You had no idea. You were sitting in a school, or was actually a gymnasium at the time, and you started to sing, and people started to come in from outside the building during the song, and they were trying to get a message up to the platform that was actually a double rainbow outside the building. And you just said, I've placed a rainbow.
I was singing a song from God that was, I've sent you a rainbow to remind you of my promise, of my covenant. And I didn't realize that there was a double rainbow outside. While I was singing this, God sent this beautiful rainbow. I actually sang, I've sent you a rainbow.
I've sent you a rainbow.
I've sent you a rainbow.
Words.
That's what it is.
Yes.
So
but you had no idea.
You
were in. That's what I said.
That's right.
I sent you a rainbow.
I sent you a rainbow outside this place. I've placed a rainbow.
Placed a rainbow.
Yes. Outside this
inside
place.
this place.
So that every one of you will know.
So that every one of you will know. Every one of you will know that I keep my word. That's right. And it was a promise to us about his covenant, about what he's going to do in our lives. And it's a beautiful song. I'll just do a little bit for you, and then I'll let Hannah sing her part. Lord, I really want you to know. I really want you to know. I will keep my word. I really want you to know. I really want you to know. I will keep my word in the middle of the fight. Lord, I really want you to know. I really want you to know. I will keep my word. That's the simplicity of the song. Now, when you hear the actual song, you hear all the beautiful things surrounding that. And that's called the Rainbow Song. And that's the covenant song. It speaks about the covenant of God. I've been asked to speak on the steps of the Capitol. There were many great speakers that were going to be there, Jerry Falwell, many people like that. And I had said no because I said, I want a band. And they said, we can't put a band there. This is just people speaking to 300, 400,000, a million people maybe. So I said, well, then I'm not coming. So I just left it. Then they got back to me and said, okay, we'll put a piano up there. I said, no, I don't want a piano. I want a whole band. And anyway, eventually they said, yes. Only had 20 minutes. We put together the song. And they said to me, there's a choir that's going to be there. Would you like to use them? So I said, yeah, that'd be great. Let's put the choir on with us. Let's just have one big 20-minute bang. So we were going to Washington, D.C., and I went to a rehearsal. And I'm in my hotel room in Detroit. I'm going to rehearse at the church. At the dome. Everybody's waiting for me. The choir's waiting for me. I get in my car with my drummer at the time, and I'm driving because I'm a little bit late. So I'm shooting down the highway and to get to the church, and I don't know, there's a cop behind me. And I realize I'm just about to miss my exit, so I cross over all the things and I rush down. Next thing, there are cops all over stopping us. I get handcuffed, I get thrown in the back of the cop car, and he says, what are you doing? What are you actually going to do? So I said, I am on my way to a rehearsal. Now, those days I had very much longer hair, and I said, I'm going to a rehearsal to sing on the steps of the Capitol. So he said, sing what? So I said, sing about God. So anyway, cut a long story short, he starts questioning me. He said, so you're going to sing about God on the steps of the Capitol? I said, yes. Anyway, I'm handcuffed at the back. I'm lying like this. He says, I've walked away from God. Now, this is the cop. He says, I've walked away from God. He says, I need him back in my life. Can you pray for me? So I said, can you handcuff me? He said, no, just pray where you are. So I'm like this with the handcuffs, and I'm praying for this guy, and he's crying. He says, please forgive me. I've had a bad day today. And I said, just take these handcuffs off so I can at least. So he took the handcuffs off, and he apologized. And all the cops standing around said they were sorry. And this is a little story in my life. as I lift my song, something inside of me changes. How do you feel, Hannah?
My heart is filled with praises. My heart is filled with joy. My heart is filled with love for you.
No one can take away, no one will take away. There is a song within my heart just for you, Lord. No one can steal away, no one can steal away my song you gave to me when you died on the tree. And tell us,
No one can take away. No one can take away this love I have for you. Nothing will change my mind. Nothing will change my mind. I am in love with
greater love, the greater love have I felt since the day you laid your hands on me. I'm so in love with you, so in love with you, I'm so in love with you. I don't know what to do. I'm so in love with you, so in love with you. I have no words to say, you take my breath away. So in love with you, so in love with you, so in love with you. I don't know what to do. So in love with you, so in love with you. I have no words to say, you take my breath away. Yeah. I'm so in love with you, so in love with you, I'm so in love with you. I don't know what to do. I'm so in love with you, so in love with you. Have no words to say, you take my breath away. This specific night, God was in a strange mood. You know how I know? My chords were messed up. They were all confused. My chords weren't coordinating. It happens sometimes. Musicians probably This is their biggest nightmare when you get your. You know, it's happened so many times, Charlie. I'm in the key of F sharp or G or B flat, and suddenly I'm in D major. And I can see Charlie looking at me, and he knows what's happening. I'm so ahead of time, thinking about the future, that I'm losing control of the present. And that's what we're all called to. Remember something, you're somewhere in the future, and you look much better than you look right now. That's something that was birthed in that region.
That's right.
I'm somewhere in the future, in the Detroit region, because we begin to realize that there was a whole future inside of us that was just longing to become the present. A future which is a promise of God that wants to become the present, wants to present itself to us, wants to be born. But it doesn't feel welcome. Sounds strange, but when that happened, I realized I was way in the future.
Right.
I'm not concentrating on the present. Enoch walked with God in a holy place called light. Enoch walked with God in a holy place called light. Called light. Moses walked with God in a holy place called light. Moses walked with God in a holy place called light. It's called light. You can walk with God in a holy place called light. You can walk with God in a holy place called light. Lord, what if I fall? Some of you are falling, some of you are falling right onto your knees. Some of you have stumbled, some of you have stumbled right into my arms. Some of you have fallen, some of you have fallen right onto your knees. Some of you have stumbled, some of you have stumbled right into my arms. That is the place that I want to be right next to me. That is where I want to, oh yeah, to be right next to me. And some of you are falling, some of you are falling right onto your knees. And some of you have stumbled, some of you have stumbled right into my arms. Lord, I know I've fallen. Lord, I know I've fallen right onto my knees. Lord, I know I've stumbled. Lord, I know I've stumbled right into your arms. Lord, I know I've fallen. Lord, I know I'm falling right onto my knees. Lord, I know I've stumbled. Lord, I know I've stumbled right into your arms. That is where I want to be. To be right next to you. Oh, yes. That's where I want to be. That is where I want to be. To be right next to you. Lord, I know I've fallen. Lord, I know I've fallen right onto my knees. Lord, I know I've stumbled. Lord, I know I've stumbled right into your arms. Lord, I know I've fallen. Lord, I know I've fallen right onto my knees. Lord, I know I've stumbled. Lord, I know I've stumbled right into your arms. It's okay to fall. Thomas, touch my hands. Thomas, touch my wounds, touch my side, tell me who I am. Thomas, touch my hands, tell me who I am. Thomas, look into my eyes. What do you see? Do you see yourself? Do you see yourself? And every time I touch your hands, I can feel your love. And every time I touch your hands, I can feel your love.
Every time I touch your hands, I can feel your love flowing from your hands into my heart. And every time I touch your wound, I can feel your love flowing from your heart into my heart. It is flowing from your wounds into my heart. It is flowing from your heart into my heart. And every time I touch your hands, I can feel your life flowing from your hands into my hands. And every time I touch your wounds, I can feel your love flowing from your heart into my heart. It is flowing from your wounds into my blood. It is flowing from your hands into my hands.
Thomas, look into my eyes. Tell me who I am. And doubt was removed. You are the light. You are the light, shining in a dark place, shining in a dark place.
Neotropolis.
Neotropolis.
Dallas, Texas.
Neotropolis, Dallas. Final song, but powerful song. You are the light. You are the light, shining in a dark place, shining in a dark place. shining in a dark place. A lonely man is crying out for light. A little child crying for a father. I can hear someone crying, crying for my name. They don't know that I have taken their pain. And there is a light shining for them. You are that light. Oh yes. You are the light. You are the light. Shining in a dark place. Shining in a dark place. You are the light. You are the light. Shining in a dark place. 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 And Lord, we dedicate ourselves to you.